What is up, guys? A very happy New York session to you all. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, if the audio is good, if the background music is good, and how you are doing. So let me know, guys, how you are doing. Let me know if the setup is good and if everything is working as it should be. Can you see me? I think you can. Everything is good. Fantastic. Okay, great, guys. So, as always, we're going to be sharing my screen today. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you for tuning into this live session. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time here to join in and to listen to me speak on all of these major dollar pairs. And that you listen to what my opinion is. Let's dive into the markets and see what is going on overall. In the meantime, hope you're doing good. In the background here, you can see cloudy Amsterdam. This morning was raining a bit, but now I think it's clearing up a little bit, the weather. But I have to say it is absolutely freezing here in Amsterdam. So let me know in the chat how everybody's doing, where you're located, where you're calling in from, or where you're tuning in from. Obviously, you guys are from all over the world. And I always just find it so interesting to see where everybody's from and how the YouTube algorithm works. In the meantime, we are closing in on 100,000 subscribers, guys. Again, I would really appreciate it if you could just leave a subscribe here on the channel, but also a like today on the stream so that we can reach even more people overall. In the meantime, guys, markets are starting to form very juicy, and I have to say I am currently in a beautiful entity USD position, which I have been pretty much breaking down throughout the entire week. If you have been watching the daily market update since what day was it, Monday, you can understand that we were looking for those potential entity USD buys. The background music should not be too loud. If it is, guys, let me know in the chat. I think it works and that I think it's perfectly fine, to be honest. But if it is too loud, let me know in the chat. But throughout the entire week, we've been obviously looking for those entity USD buys, and they played out to absolute perfection so far. Let's not jump the gun and celebrate yet. But it is looking good so far, up around 1% in profit on this 4-hour swing trade, which I'll break down in a second on a clean chart. Now, guys, I am looking for a scale in position on this entity USD long. We have broken the overall 4-hour fractal structure, and we've therefore formed a new area of demand over here on the overall sell before the big buy up. Now, what I'm looking for is a potential scale in within that 4-hour area of demand to look for that further upside from NU and that further weakness from the dollar. To be honest, this morning I was looking for this internal liquidity to get grabbed here on NU and then a retracement in towards this 1-hour imbalance candle over here to then see a further push in towards the highs. Currently just simply waiting to see. Obviously the previous 30-minute candle closed nice again. We're respecting order flows so far, so it could just be that it's just going to continue pushing up higher, but I'm kind of looking to see these equal lows get tagged out and a push in towards 1-hour demand to then see potential further upside or next leg up. But overall, in this swing position on NU, I was also checking in on a position on Euro USD. I know a lot of you have been looking at Euro USD buys potentially. Going into EU real quick here, we have a daily bullish fractal structure. I understand a lot of us are all interested in trading EU. Overall this week, I must say it has been moving pretty quick and pretty clean. What we have here on the daily time frame is the daily bullish fractal structure from this low in towards this high, and we made a retracement in towards the 0.5 fib from where we've pretty much exactly been pushing back up higher. Now, if you were in the daily market outlook this morning here on YouTube, you would have known that I was looking for those further longs on EU. Currently, we're seeing a break above this 1-hour fractal high. Now, what I personally want to see happening is us break this 4-hour fractal high. Okay, so I am already obviously in an NU long. I don't want to really over risk by also taking an EU long. I also see that we have some supply over here in this refined 4-hour buy before the sell. This could act as liquidity, so I'm now waiting for this 4-hour fractal shift to happen. Once that happens, then I'll be getting into a long position, because then I believe that this here will be our 4-hour demand zone, and I'll be looking for a new long on Euro USD. Okay, guys, so this is currently the position that I'm envisioning on Euro USD. We just need to break above this black dotted line over here, and that is also currently where I have my alert set. So if there's any questions about this setup, let me know and we can go over them. But I think you guys have kind of like a clear understanding of what I'm looking for on Euro USD myself. Just to finish off the dollar analysis here, the dollar is pushing down lower as expected. Again, if you watch the daily market update this morning, you can again very clearly see that the dollar analysis is very, very straightforward. Overall, what has happened here is that the market pushed into a weekly imbalance over here. This is your weekly supply zone. So the market pushes into your weekly supply zone, and then all we need to look for before understanding that we're ready to push down lower is the 4-hour change of character. So here we had the change of character high, here we had the change of character low. So we get the market structure shift down. Then again, we see another change of character downwards. So this here is the first one. This here is the second one, and then this here becomes your area of supply. So again, this is a weekly imbalance candle. I use the 50% body candle indicator. As you can see over here, this notifies me when we have a white candlestick, or a white 50% body candlestick, which should act as an area of supply. Now you can see we exactly tapped into that weekly area of supply, and this is how you should trade supply and demand, guys. When looking for a supply or demand zone, always start on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we understand that this here is a weekly imbalance. Then I go into the daily time frame. So inside of that weekly imbalance, I then look for a daily imbalance or for a daily buy before the sell. So I refine the zone to pretty much this over here. I understand market structure wise that this here is my daily fractal high, this here is my daily fractal low. At that point in time, what I'm starting to do is I'm understanding and I'm painting the overall picture of that premium versus discount together with supply. So I understand, okay, ideally you want to kind of retrace in towards this imbalance over here together with the 0.5 fib. However, this is the biggest mistake that you can make as a supply and demand trader. Also somebody who trades Fibonacci whatsoever is always waiting for that perfect setup to play out, because the market sometimes when it's impulsive will just keep on pushing, guys. So we'll just keep on pushing. As we can see here in the past on the dollar, it doesn't always retrace that high. Here, for example, you have the overall supply zone, but then what happens down over here is that you see that we're already ready to continue pushing down lower, right? By the way, is the screen large enough, guys? Because I have a new monitor and maybe that everything seems very, very small. If that is the case, please let me know in the chat. But everything should otherwise be good. But again, what I'm trying to refer to and what I'm trying to help you understand here is that when you have like this area of supply over here, which everybody's waiting to see get hit, you draw in your Fibonacci, for example, like this. Well, in this particular example, we obviously see a very nice retracement into the 0.5. But a lot of times people will then wait for example, this to happen, right? Where they want the 618 fib to get touched. However, if you then go into the 4-hour time frame, what you'll see on the 4-hour is this over here. Look. Let me go back to the chart over here. So on the 4-hour time frame, what you'll see here is, again, you have this internal liquidity high. So over here, you have this internal liquidity high. We swipe that liquidity, we come up with this uptrend, and then boom, we push in towards the downside, we break market structure. This then becomes your new area of supply, and then the market is already ready to sell down lower. So this is like the key important piece of the puzzle that you need to understand. You need to understand that the market will not always perfectly retrace into that 618 fib, not perfectly retrace in towards that supply zone. No, sometimes liquidity itself will be enough to push the market down lower, as we can see over here. But how do you know and how can you understand that liquidity is enough to push the market down lower? You look at the market structure on that lower time frame and in the overall pullback that is being facilitated. So here on the dollar index, we see that we have the overall pullback in towards the upside. We grab that liquidity, and now to understand that the market is ready to push down lower, I then understand, okay, here, boom, we break this low, we form a fresh area of supply, and then the market is already ready to sell down lower. And exactly this is what I'm looking and identifying now currently on the dollar index, where look, we have this over here where the market is doing this. Look, what I need you to understand again is this is here your swing structure. So from this high all the way down in towards this low over here, this is the overall area of or the overall Fibonacci and the overall market structure that everybody's looking at. Then they understand, okay, this here is my daily area of supply, and I'm now looking to take a sell position on the dollar here from that 618 or from that daily area of supply. But guys, what if the market is already ready to push down lower, right? I'm not saying that it will push down lower. Obviously nothing is 100% certain, but I do understand what the probability is of the market already pushing down lower, and that is that we have an imbalance candle over here on the 4-hour already, and the fact that we have this overall little trend here, right, with order flow. So very clearly we had a sell before the buy over here, which was in control. Then we had a sell before the buy over here that was in control. Then we had a sell before the buy over here that was in control. And then we had another sell before the buy over here that was in control. So you can see every single time the sell before the buy is being respected until what happened over here. the buy before the sell is now in control. So now we have the buy before the sell here in control, and I'm expecting the dollar overall to continue pushing down lower. It might pull back. It might pull back again. It could potentially happen. We have the 4-hour candle close in 2 hours, but what I'm now looking to see is, okay, can the market then just continue pushing down lower? But as long as here this high is respected, I am interested in Euro USD buys, NZD USD buys, pound dollar buys, AU buys, buys on those XXX USD pairs. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at the moment. But just to have a little bit of more certainty, I'm now waiting for Euro USD to align as well, give us that 4-hour fractal structure shift, and then go long from that overall new area of demand. Additionally, why I'm being a little bit conservative there on EU is because I'm already in NU, and I'm looking just to continue these longs on NU together with the overall order flow, and I don't want to over risk by also trading on, sorry guys, not looking to over risk and over leverage on all these dollar pairs, because again, nothing is 100% certain in trading. We're all playing the probability game, so we need to understand that we're just simply stacking probability, and that at times we will lose and we will be wrong, but it's all about taking those calculated risks. And therefore, I'm now currently happy with the current entry that I have on NU, looking to see if we can get those potential skill wins on NU, and then yeah, just see that further upside. And then once Euro USD as well breaks that 4-hour fractal structure that we have over here, then I'll be interested in those buys. Okay, so that is currently the game plan for these dollar pairs and what I'm currently looking at. And now let's dive into some other pairs as well, guys. So let me know in the chat, what pair should we dive into? What pair are you analyzing? And again, guys, don't just say Euro Yen buy or Euro Yen sell. Tell me again, Euro Yen short from this level, and this is what I'm currently looking for. I'm currently standing, guys. I'm not currently sitting, but let me know what you are looking for, and I would prefer that you also explain exactly kind of what the position is that you're potentially looking to trade. Okay, that would help as well. Fabio's looking so happy today, guys. I'm always happy when I'm on stream, you know that. There's nothing that makes me feel better than coming here on stream, being able to talk to you guys and share the knowledge that I have, and that took me so long to acquire. Again, this is knowledge that I've been acquiring for the over 6 years. It took me 6 years to acquire all the knowledge to understand how to read these charts, and I just feel blessed and fortunate enough to be able to share that with you as well here on stream. Nothing better. Again, guys, what did I explain? Tell me the pair, tell me what direction you're looking to trade in, and then also tell me what kind of setup you're looking at. So don't just say GP JPY. Like I said, tell me GP JPY, I'm looking for a buy position from level 150 because of the fact that we grab liquidity and we have a clean area of demand and market structure is bullish. Okay, so look, let's see, USD Swiss. Can you touch on USD Swiss, please? Sales looking interesting now. 4-hour change of character for a potential short. Let's dive into USD Swiss, guys. So USD Swiss overall is obviously a pair that will mirror what the dollar index overall is doing. Yeah, USD Swiss is pretty much obviously directed by what the dollar index is doing. And I actually touched upon this last week as well, or at the beginning of this week on Tuesday, because we stream every Tuesday and Thursday. What we have had here on the weekly time frame was a key level of resistance, right? So we don't trade support and resistance, but we do trade common logic or general logic and general sense. And then we understand, okay, we have a key level of support and resistance, which could cause the market either to stop going down or to stop going up. Now, in this particular situation, we can understand that the market is potentially ready to stop going up. We have kind of like what they call a triple top, not that I actually use that, but we can see that there is potential for some more downside, right? So I then go into the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, I understand here that we pretty much had this market structure shift where we had this overall overextended leg up, and we're now looking to see somewhat of a correction down lower, right? Something similar to what happened over here, where we had an overextended leg down, overextended leg down, overextended leg up, overextended leg up, and now we're just looking again for kind of like that next potential push down again. Okay, so we're looking to kind of like mirror that move on USD Swiss overall. So now what do we need to see here? Overall, we can see that we have pretty much this overall buy before the sell here that is in control on the daily time frame. I then drop down in towards the 4-hour, and on the 4-hour we can very clearly see that something is happening which is pretty inverse to, for example, Euro USD, where we have all of this trend line liquidity. Looking to see that trendline liquidity get taken out and potentially trade in towards these equal lows that we have over here. We had an area of supply here as well. At the beginning of the week, we were already interested in kind of selling from that supply zone. However, nothing really too clean. Now, what I'm actually more interested in here on USD Swiss is this fresh area of 4-hour supply that we have over here. We have a nice liquidity high right below it. So I'm actually more interested in selling USD Swiss from there or from this overall top area of supply over here, and then using this area of supply itself as liquidity to then fuel the next move down. So these are kind of like the two areas that I'm looking for sells here on USD Swiss. For the rest, let's see what other pairs people are looking for. NCUSD, guys, we already discussed at the beginning of the stream. USD yen. Let's have a look at USD yen. And by the way, we also need to check in on GJ, because GJ has also made some interesting moves. In the meantime, I'm just turning up the AC. One sec. So GJ is also pushing down lower throughout the entire week. Overall, remember guys, we did a full breakdown on this on Tuesday. I'm not sure if anybody remembers, but we had some beautiful price action here on GJ throughout this week, where we had a very clean buy before the sell here, which is currently pushing the market down lower. So remember guys, when we look for an area of supply, we go from the higher time frame all the way back down into the lower time frame. So what we have here, first of all, is a weekly area of supply. I then drop down into the daily. So what I then do is I refine that area of daily or weekly supply into a daily supply zone. Remember, here we have that daily imbalance. Then I drop down in towards the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame we have this final end boss kind of like buy before the sell over here, which also grabbed internal liquidity above this previous high over here. Now we come in towards that 4-hour area of supply here with the push up, the push down, push up, push down. Then here we had a change of character high break, here change of character low break. This is then the supply zone created inside of the supply zone, and then again we have another supply zone created over here, and then we can just very clearly see that the overall order flow has been continuing to push the market down lower. I hope some of you were able to capitalize on this GJ short, which I broke down on Tuesday. If not, make sure to check out the stream from Tuesday as well, where we explain this entire setup for you. Now let's dive into some more, because I see USD yen is being asked and requested as well. So let's have a dive into USD yen. So USD yen overall, guys, USD yen is bearish at the moment, but we can see I still have the drawings on from Tuesday's stream. So remember what I was looking for on UJ. Again, overall the bears are in control on this pair. We can very clearly see we get the push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down. There's no bullish intentions at all yet from UJ. Now coming into this daily area of demand that we have over here, because here we broke market structure in towards the upside, we can now see that we're in an area of interest. Now what I want to see from UJ is slowdown in momentum, because the overall bearish momentum is way too high on this. Here we can see a strong impulse down, then we get a very steep correction, before then again a very strong impulse in towards the downside. So therefore, personally not interested in looking for any buys yet. Why? Because we do not trade against momentum, guys. We trade with the momentum. I'm not going to start buying this after seeing all of that bearish momentum. So what we now need to see is a very clear trend shift here on the 4-hour time frame. So ultimately, when we look here at the 4-hour time frame to our left, we can, for example, see here that we have some 4-hour areas of demand. Let's say this overall sell before the buy over here. Let's say this is our area of 4-hour demand. Now, what we can do is we can extend that overall zone to the right, and then we see, okay, the market is coming very impulsively into our area of demand. Now, what you want to be doing here is you want to be understanding, is the market ready to reverse or not? Now, how do we understand that the market is ready to reverse? One, you need to come into a higher time frame area of demand. So yes, we have a daily demand zone on UJ, but then number two, we also need to see the market provide us with a market structure shift within that area of demand. So now what I'm currently looking for on UJ is to see, can we get a overall change of character inside of this demand zone? Okay, so that's currently what I'm looking for. I'm looking for kind of like something like this, and then here low break, then a high break, and then we form a demand zone, which could provide us with the opportunity to look for a potential long position. Okay, or what needs to happen for myself is that this supply zone then needs to get broken. We need to see a push up. This then becomes your entire demand zone, and then we look to long it again. Okay, because otherwise the market could just trickle down lower, and you'll just get your hands burnt on trying to catch a falling knife. So we definitely need to wait on UJ and no buys at all. I hope that clears up a few things for yourself. Now let's have a look at GBP USD, because that's a pair that I trade a lot as well. Now GU overall is one of the more ugly pairs in my opinion. Overall here in the last 4 hours, we have kind of been stalling within a 4-hour supply zone. Now again, GU is a little bit messy this overall week. We can very clearly see that it's consolidating, right? So ultimately, when the market is consolidating, you do not want to get involved with the pair overall. That's just a rule for myself. I always want to be trading with momentum. I want to be getting into GU when we're trading here, when we're trading here, or when we're trading here. And I want to stay out of GU when we're trading within a range like we were, for example, here. You see, so there are different phases within the overall market. This is a trading phase. This here is a trading phase. This here is a no trading phase, and this here was a trading phase, and now again we're inside of a what? Inside of a no trading phase. So I'm currently waiting for GU overall to provide us with a more clear direction. If we zoom out a bit onto the daily time frame, and again we look at the daily fractal structure, here we had a sweep of the highs, which is for me a daily fractal high break. Again, not very clear. The candlestick itself provides that daily fractal high break. So then I look at the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour as well, looking very, very dirty. Overall, what I do like about GU itself here is that we have a fractal high, and here we have a fractal low, which broke this internal market structure overall. And therefore, this is then your buy up before the sell down, which could act as a supply zone, go into the lower time frame, and then you can also see that we liquidated here this internal high, and that could then potentially push us down lower. However, the lower time frame here is still in control, still pushing the market up higher. Here we have a demand zone in control. So if you are interested in sells on GU, which I could understand from some extent, or to some extent, because we have all of these equal lows here, then you definitely need to wait for the order flow to break. So we need to see a push down, then we need to create another supply zone, and then you could look for shorts, because otherwise for now, just like on EU, the overall momentum is still in towards the upside here for the day. And we do not want to be trading against that. Again, a very good example of this is on Euro USD, where we are seeing as well a lot of people trying to sell on the overall order flow here, right? So here you have a supply zone, and then what they think is possible is that they can just sell here on, let's say, a bearish candlestick. You place your stop loss above the highs, and then here you get stopped out. Now, why is that? Because there was no bearish confirmation within the overall area of supply. What you see is you get the push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, right? Here we have a demand zone. Here we have a demand zone, and now here again we have a demand zone. So demand is in control, and when you are trading, you need to have everything in alignment. You need to have all of the buyers in control in order to take buys, and you need all the sellers in control in order to be able to take sells. That's why I'm currently not a fan of trading Euro USD until we see again this 4-hour fractal break take place over here. Now, a good example where all of this is in control would have to be NASDAQ USD. On NASDAQ USD, what happened over there is again very, very clearly that we have here the sell before the buy, which is in control. So the overall buyers are in control. So we get the push up, push down, push up, push down, push up. I'm looking for that next push up. Buyers are in control. I then go in towards the 4-hour time frame. Once again, what do I see? I see a buy up, I see a correction down, then I see a buy up, then I see a correction down, and now I'm looking for the next buy up. Now, inside of that area of demand, what you then identify is that on the 4-hour time frame, one, you retrace, for example, into this imbalance candle over here, which was acting as demand. And number two, when you come into that demand zone, you see that market structure shift up higher. Therefore, here again, demand is in control. Now again, here, demand is in control. So buyers are in control on NASDAQ USD, and that is why it's an interesting setup to then potentially take. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on NASDAQ USD, and why I understand, that we should head up higher, or that the probability of heading up higher is higher than heading down lower. And now I'm looking for that same thing here on Euro USD, waiting for that 4-hour fractal break to then confirm that it wants to head up higher. Otherwise, we could still sell off from this current price level. Yes, the daily buyers are in control at the moment because we have a daily area of demand, and the daily fractal structure is bullish as well. But I'm waiting now for that 4-hour fractal structure shift to then look for that potential further buy up higher. In the meantime, guys, do not forget to leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. I'm sharing literally here what I'm trying to trade, literally the entries that I'm looking to take on both EU, and obviously you know that I'm in an NASDAQ USD long. So yeah, looking for those potential setups, guys. Please do not spam the chat because I will not answer your questions. So what other questions are there, guys? So here I have a question for NZD CAD. So let's have a look at NZD CAD overall for a short from 0.81550. So let me just draw in the line here for you, 0.81, and then we have 550. And Mitchell, welcome back on stream, brother. Hope you are doing good, guys. Give a warm welcome to Mitchell. Hey David, how are you doing, man? Has been a while. Okay, so looking here at NZD CAD, let's have a look first of all at the daily time frame. What is showing up over there, and also what's showing up on the weekly. So here on the weekly, it's a little bit unclear, very choppy. That's why I never trade these pairs, guys. So choppy. Overall, NZD CAD has bullish or bearish market structure. Excuse me. We saw a break down here. Again, we retraced into this area of supply, which is currently in control. And now we are doing what? We are coming back up into this area of supply. So yeah, we have equal highs here positioned as well. Who knows, if we take out those equal highs, then we could indeed look for a potential short position. What we would need to see though is a bearish structure shift inside of that daily area of supply. So wait for the 4-hour time frame to shift bearish inside of there. For now, this demand zone is over here in control, and yeah, follow the order flow up higher, and then wait for a clear market structure shift to show us that we want to head down lower. Otherwise, we'll just continue up higher. But yeah, looks good for some potential shorts over there. Please, how do you know liquidity, raid, and change of character and liquidity sweep? So Emmanuel is referring to what is the difference between a change of character and a liquidity sweep. Guys, it's not that deep and it's not that complicated. What you need to understand is that, first of all, a liquidity raid and a change of character can be the exact same thing. But what's more important is that you understand that a change of character can happen anywhere on a chart. That is absolutely crucial that you understand that, okay? A change of character is not something that is very special, because change of characters happen everywhere. It's about where they occur, okay? So when we, for example, look at, let's say, here. So here we have a nice area of supply. So the market retraces into that supply zone. Then what happens here is that we break the low, and then we retrace into this imbalance, and then you have a nice shorting opportunity, okay? So here, what happened was that we had a nice change of character. This here is a change of character, which is super high probability. So now Emmanuel was asking, how do you understand that this is not just a liquidity raid to then fuel the next leg up? Now, what you need to understand, guys, is that the change of characters, they happen everywhere. For example, over here, you have everywhere the change of character. But this change of character is extremely significant. Why? Because you're coming from a higher time frame area of supply, and the overall trend is in towards the downside, okay? The overall trend is in towards the downside. You're trading inside of a downtrend. As simple as that. So when the market then comes into a higher time frame point of interest, which is this supply zone over here, and you then get that change of character, that is then of interest. But if you get a change of character somewhere over here, when the overall trend is down, like, it doesn't really mean anything. You understand what I mean? So it needs to be inside a point of interest where, for example, here you have liquidity sweep, here you have higher time frame point of interest, the overall trend is bearish, and then the last step of the entire equation is looking, okay, are we getting a change of character to potentially look for an entry? Okay, guys, no need for all the explanation marks and the 100 questions, question marks. Appreciate it that you're asking questions, but no need to spam the chat, please, guys. Now, Euro GBP, I've been talking about this also since Tuesday. Congratulations if you are, or if you got into any sells on this. A very nice sell opportunity was to be taken on Euro GBP. Overall, Euro GBP analysis was very simple. We had a weekly high, which was positioned over here, and we had a weekly low, which was positioned over here. The market made a retracement into the 618 fib, and it grabbed internal liquidity above this high over here. Now, again, you could say this is, for example, a change of character, and then this is the demand zone, and then you want to buy here. Why? Because I got a change of character over here. But what you need to understand is that this here is not a change of character, which is going to facilitate the next leg up from this demand zone. No, this here is a change of character to grab liquidity and then just fuel the next leg down. So now here on your GBP, this here is your supply zone that is in control. And what I'm now looking for is potentially more shorts from that supply zone to further push your GBP down, back down into where? Into weekly liquidity, which is positioned underneath this swing low over here. As simple as that, okay? I hope that clears up a few things for you. So I'm not interested in longs at all. Again, because of the reason that I just mentioned. Overall trend is in towards the downside. As simple as that. Let's see, what else do we have, guys? Ask some interesting questions, guys. I'm here for you to help with anything. I know a lot of you trade gold, obviously, as well, so we can have a look at what gold is doing. Gold is obviously an uptrend, so yeah, I mean, I can spend hours analyzing gold, but at the end of the day, we all understand that gold is bullish. As simple as that. There is no bone in my body that would want me to sell gold at this point in time, because we obviously can see that we are in an uptrend. So what are we not going to do? We're not going to sell gold when we're trending in an uptrend. As simple as that. We are traders that trade with the trend, and the trend is always going to be our friend. So all we need to do is we need to identify the impulsive phase, then we need to look for a corrective phase, and then we need to understand again that we're trading in an impulsive phase. And what I'm explaining here on the daily time frame will also always happen on the lower time frame. So if I look at the 1 hour time frame, what I have here on my chart for you is exactly that. So here we have the impulsive phase, here we have the corrective phase, here we have the impulsive phase, and again here we had a corrective phase over here, and here again we had an impulsive phase, and then here again we had a corrective phase. Again, a lot of people taking shorts on gold from this setup over here, where you took out the all-time high and you saw a market structure shift happen here, and then you would consider this a supply zone. Now this again is very, very strong against my overall kind of like belief of trading, which is you always want to be trading with the higher time frame trend. What just simply happens in these overall trends and pushes upwards is that you get a lot of manipulation. So here we get, for example, a liquidity sweep to fuel that next leg up, and the exact same could happen now here before looking for another sweep up again. There will be a big correction on gold, I believe, but yeah, I'm not convinced that that is happening at the moment. What is your win rate on this strategy? Around 50%. But looking here at the overall trend in towards the upside on gold, wait, for example, for this demand zone now that we're inside of to get hit. And now, as simple as you want to keep it, wait for the market now to slow down inside of this area of demand. So here we have that clean area of demand. The market is coming into it. Here we had a lot of ascending lows. Those ascending lows are now getting taken out. Now, what I always explain everybody to do we then just simply buy like this at the moment? No. So now I wait on the lower time frame. It could be the 5, could be the 15 minute, doesn't really matter. All I can identify here is that, again, everybody who is trading this overall order flow up higher, right? So we see this very clear demand chain in towards the upside. All of those stop losses are now getting stopped out. Okay, all of those stop losses are now getting stopped out. So now what you want to do is you indeed want to be looking for those long positions after, again, if I just mark out those stops, here we have stops, here we have stops, here we have stops, here we have stops, right? All of those traders who were trading this long are now stopped out. So now we can potentially look for another long. But what you now want to see here is, again, market structure shift, and then we get in on the overall demand chain back up higher. If that happens, it happens. If it does not happen, then we just simply stay out. Guys, in the meantime, if you are interested in actually understanding this strategy, there is a link to a free webinar in the description of this video. Or if you want as well to join in on the fun, then join through the link here that I'm about to share. It's the Discord link with the Trading Academy as our vanity link. So you can join through there. Let me know if the link works. If not, I'll make sure to change that. It's 50% win rate with a 1 to 3 risk to reward. That is correct indeed. I mainly trade on the 4-hour time frame at the moment, guys. The spamming of the chat is back as always. Always fun to mute people. Thanks, Hugo. Appreciate your message, brother. Always means the world, man. Hugo currently living somewhere in Asia. All thanks to trading. AUD USD longs. Let's have a look at AUD USD longs. Let's have a look what's going on over there. AUD USD has already pretty much moved, in my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of AU at the moment. At the beginning of the week, I was looking for a deeper retracement on AU itself. Overall, again, very, very simple analysis. AU was absolutely stunning. I'm not going to lie. Again, a very large liquidation wick over here, which is pretty much just being bought up straight away in towards the upside. This already is more than enough of a sign to explain that we're going to head up higher. Again, this, what has happened over here, happened in large over here, happened over here, and also happened over here. So we've seen it many, many times where we get these kind of like liquidation wicks on AUD USD, and the market then reverses into the other direction. for myself, looking for further upside, guys, looking for the weekly to make a higher retracement in towards the weekly bump in the road that we have positioned over here. This is pretty much my next target. This is also 50% of the overall bearish range. So looking still for some further upside on AU. Furthermore, guys, there is a trade deal potentially to be established between the United States and China. Now, everything, guys, everything that has to do with China regarding trade deals, regarding good news, is always going to be good for AUD and NZD. Why is that? Because Australia and New Zealand are close trade partners of China. Obviously, if we look at geography, the countries are just simply closer to one another than with Europe. So that's always important news that you need to understand, okay? So overall as well, AU is regaining a key level of support over here, which we're currently breaking above, which is 0.63. That is a key level of support and resistance, so keep that in mind as well. Therefore, also looking for that further next leg up on AU. But again, we do not trade support and resistance, but we do trade common general logic of supply and demand. So what we have here on AU is, again, a very beautiful overall order flow, where here, this was your initial area of demand. Why was that, by the way, demand? Here we have a fractal low break. Here we have a fractal high break. Then this here is your demand zone. So the market taps into that demand zone. Then from this area of demand, what happens? The market continues to push up higher. This is then now your new area of demand. So the overall order flow is bullish. Personally, what I was looking for at the beginning of the week was a retracement into that daily area of demand to see at least a 0.5 fib retracement. Again, premium versus discount drawn in, looking for that 0.5 fib retracement in towards a daily demand zone. It was looking good at the beginning of the week, but now we've just reversed like a madman back in towards the highs. So what does this now mean for AU? Well, it means that we have had another daily fractal high break over here, and this now also means that this is here your sell before the buy. So this is now currently the demand that is in control on AU, and AU could push up any time up higher from this area of demand. In my opinion, there's nothing really here to the left. Obviously, we're inside a supply zone over here, this buy before the sell, but the longer that you spend inside of a supply zone, the weaker it gets. Obviously, it's not really providing us with any resistance. So I am personally looking for further upside on AUD/USD from this area of demand. And I'm also anticipating on the fact that there will be a very good and fortunate trade deal for China and between China and the US, which should also push the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar up higher as well. So that's currently what I'm looking for on AUD/USD. Let's have a look at euro dollar. So euro dollar is currently providing us with a what? With a 4-hour candle close, or just provided us with a 4-hour candle close. Yeah. So fantastic, guys. We're seeing another push up higher on euro USD. This is exactly what we need. We need euro dollar to push up higher, guys. Okay, stay with me back home. We need euro USD to push up higher together with us, and we need to see that 4-hour fractal break. We need to see a break above this dotted line, because when that happens, guys, that is the when we potentially have a long on our hands. That is the long position that I'm drawing here on my chart for you. And obviously, I am already in NZD/USD longs. You guys know it. I've already explained the setup at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, I'm not going to get into too many buys, because again, my buys could also be incorrect. I'm not 100% right all the time. Again, I only have a 50% win rate, but with a 1 to 3 risk to reward. But what I'm now looking for is that euro USD next push above that 4-hour fractal high. And then what does that mean? It then means that this demand zone will have around a 70% probability of pushing the market up higher, okay? But we need to see that line get broken first. In the meantime, guys, Mitchell donated 99 cents. Thank you, Mitchell. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The first super live on this stream.
Cheap ass, you're funded over 300k. You donate 99 cents, man. What is that? I want at least 1,000 donation.
The Dutch guy decided to come on the stream, guys. Well, Rucker, come on, speak some more Dutch English. People want to hear Dutch English.
You know, 70% win rate on euro USD bonds. You know, guys, the man.
So that's what sorry for screaming, but that's what a Dutch person sounds like when they speak English, guys. What do you think? Nah, I'm not Dutch, bro. I'm not Dutch, man. What do you guys think of the Dutch accent? Can I still entry? No, you cannot. You cannot entry. Fabio, how to spot one is fractal structure and one is swing after break of structure. Always look for a candle closure. Ew. It's like a 99-cent donation. Well, it's more than it means the world already to me, guys. No donations needed. Euro yen reversing from the demand zone. Let's have a look at Euro USD. Are you Portuguese, Fabio? No, I'm half Brazilian. Brazil. I'm from Sao Paulo. You know Sao Paulo? Anybody know Sao Paulo? Or more specifically Santos, but pretty much Sao Paulo. My family lives in Sao Paulo. Let's have a look at. It sounds like a French accent. Yeah, it could sound like kind of like baguette or baguette. I'm not French, so I don't even know what a French person sounds like when speaking English. But you guys understand. Euro yen is reversing from a demand zone. Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean these are interesting levels for Euro yen. Do understand that a lot of manipulation is potentially going to take place here. We did indeed see a daily fractal structure shift here on Euro yen, and this then became our area of demand. These two imbalance candles. Which caused the fractal break. Obviously not the strongest fractal break, just simply with 2 wicks. But what I do like about this is the fact that we are trading where we are trading at the 25% level, which is always a key level of support. Here we have the 75% level, which is acting as a key level of resistance. Overall here on Euro yen, you could obviously start buying here and looking for a reversal back up higher. I'm not saying that you should buy. Do your research on the yen. I still need to do some reading on the yen. I do know that bonds are becoming attractive in Japan at the moment. That's where the demand is coming for the yen from. I'll try and update you guys on Discord this afternoon. So if you're not yet inside Discord, make sure to join. Link is in the chat here. In the meantime, guys, if you're watching this, do not forget to leave a subscribe and a like here on today's stream. So subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 100,000. Yeah, make sure to leave a like as well on the stream. But nah, you look like you from Rio. I don't look like somebody from Rio, brother. But thank you, though. In South Africa, we speak Afrikaans, which is derived from Dutch. So similar accent there. Yeah, definitely. A lot of South Africans speak kind of similar to the way that the people do in Holland. Ew. Hugo, you know. You like the cheeseburger. But I'm in a long on Euro USD. Okay, a little bit early for myself to get in on the buy on Euro USD. Holland versus Brazil climate, it is not comparable, man. When I was in Brazil last week or 2 weeks ago, man, I was walking in shorts every single day with a t-shirt. Now I'm here in Amsterdam and I'm not gonna lie, it is absolutely freezing. I've been wearing gloves for the first time in a very, very long time. I think it felt like minus 10 degrees yesterday. So it's absolutely freezing here, but yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, there are also perks living in Amsterdam, such as, well, you can think of them yourself. So that is Euro USD. Euro USD is yeah, a little bit too early to get onto buys, in my opinion. I'm still waiting for that 4-hour fractal break. In the meantime, gold is selling. Could you take a look? Yes, it is selling. Let it sell. Ooh, we have Leaf $1.99. Had to X2 Mitchell. Ooh, thank you, Leaf. Appreciate it so much, man. No need, but it's always very highly appreciated when yeah, donations are made. Yeah, thank you again so much. Big shout out to you. Mitchell, I think somebody is, wants to do a 1v1. Who's going to be the highest donation? Fabio, how old are you? I'm 25 years old. Netherlands versus Brazil is playing in the World Cup final. Who do you support? Obviously, I'll be supporting Brazil. Yeah, no, gold is selling off into where? In towards a demand zone over here at the moment. Looking good for a potential buying opportunity. I would wait for some bullish confirmation. Obviously, you do not want to be buying a falling knife, but I do like the fact, again, that we've been swiping all of the ascending lows here. Again, all of the trendline traders now getting stopped out and now looking for a potential reversal back up from this area of demand. Yeah, could play out, but wait for some, wait for some demand flow or demand chain, whatever you want to call it, to be formed. Time flies when we're having fun in the live, yet it definitely does. We need to think of some fun and games, man, that we can play on the stream soon. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions what we can do on the stream, obviously you always feel free to let me know. Is it a good time to long gold? Obviously you can feel that in yourself. Does it look interesting for a long? Yes, it does, after grabbing all of the liquidity. But ooh, funded payout buy €2.49. Mitchell, big shout out to you guys. Mitchell is one of the most loyal members of the Trading Academy. He's been in it for, I think, since the beginning, pretty much. He's one of the very first members. Obviously, very good friend, very good team member, and an amazing trader as well. Amazing person. Yeah, big shout out to Mitchell, guys. Hide and seek. Yeah, Alexander, I'll just leave the stream and then I'll just hide under my desk and I'll just come back in an hour and you guys can just watch the 1 second chart of Euro USD. How does that sound for you? Euro dollar. Yeah, Euro dollar is consolidating, man. What's it waiting for, guys? I mean, when this 4-hour high is broken, then yeah, this demand zone over here will be my area of interest. This sell before the buy candle over here, okay? That is what I'm waiting for, and yeah, what I want to see. So yeah, if we get that, we get that. If not, if not. NASDAQ, we can have a look at NASDAQ for you. Stay off 1 minute, it's too short. I agree, I prefer just trading the higher time frame, guys. What's the NS, what's the ticker, guys? What's the ticker? NQ1, I think it is, right? Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, look, so again, what we can see here on NASDAQ, overall being in a very tight range, looks good to start pushing up higher again. It's currently in the premium of the overall range. We can see again 25%. Ooh, Leaf is coming in with the $5 donation. I had a sniper entry on your USD, Mitchell. Be careful. Oh. Mitchell is man, this is fun, guys. I think we're having a fun game. Who can donate the most during the stream? No, but really no need to donate, guys. I appreciate it, but really means a lot. Kevin Alexander, $5 donation. Thank you so much, Kevin. You've helped so many of us. If I pass my evaluation, I'll send more. Let's do it, Kevin. Let's get in those Euro USD buys, man, and see if that can get that funding in. Daily stock picker. Mitchell is lagging. Mitchell left the chat. Yeah, I think. I don't think Mitchell can equal that one, Kevin. But I also don't think Leaf can equal the the $5 donation. But guys, thank you so much again. Really means a lot. Looking now at NASDAQ here, it's consolidating. Obviously, we have somewhat of a supply zone over here on NASDAQ. At the moment, demand seems to be on control here. I'm looking for more upside on this. I think we're ready to see that next leg up on NASDAQ. I don't think we're going to continue back into the range. If we do break all of these lows again, then I would be more interested, and we get kind of like that supply chain. Then I'll be more interested in getting into some shorts again. But for now, for me, it looks bullish, and yeah, still looks good for some more upside, man. He raised me 1 cent. I appreciate you, Leaf. It means a lot. What about Euro USD? We already discussed Euro USD many times here on the stream. Is it wise to look for a change of character on 1 minute time frame? In my opinion, not really. Why trade the 1 minute, guys? Obviously, I've done it sometimes, but it's not really my preference. Make the live stream a little longer and you will be a billionaire for donation. Yeah, the stories, definitely. Guys, what do you think? Should we do like a 24-hour stream when we have 99,000 and just all together we start fighting for 100,000 subscribers, and we do like an Asian live session where I'll sit here in the office during Asian session and we just live stream and we trade the 1 minute on the Asian session. Who knows, we trade UJ or whatever, or NZD What do you guys think? Ooh, Mitchell is coming back in with the €6 donation. Man, I need to upgrade this stream with some cool sound effects and stuff, you know, when donations are made that like da-da-da-da or whatever happens. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know. Everybody will unsub. Okay, thank you, Ayub. That's not really kind. But we can do maybe like an Asian stream. I think everybody is kind enough to stay subscribed. We can do a nice stream all together. Guys, do not forget to leave a subscription here on the stream. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, guys, who knows? When we have like, when we're close to 100,000, we'll do a live stream and let's trade the Asian session together. We'll do some scalping together, yeah? How many members do you have in your team? I think we're around 15 of us, something like that. GA, let's have a look at GA. GA is so slow this week, guys. I was looking at this buy position, which we discussed on Tuesday, underneath this liquidity low like this. But yeah, man, it's been just consolidating. Very slow. Why? Because both pound and Aussie have been strong. Obviously, the Australian dollar has been strong again with what? With the trade deal with China and the United States. But the pound has also been strong based on the numbers coming out about the strength of the economy. So that's why both GBP and AUD have been fighting with each other, and yeah, why we're not really seeing any massive moves, guys. Fabio, what do you think of ape markets? I personally do not use them, never use them. So yeah. Just important on OBS or Streamlabs, Fabio. Yeah, would be amazing if you can help me out, maybe inside Discord, and let me know how we can upgrade the stream. If anybody has some ideas. Bro, I'm in New York. What is the best broker? I'm not sure what the best broker is for US people, but I've heard about TopStep being a good prop firm. Or, yeah, I think TopStep was it. What are you if not Dutch? Brazilian. Let's have a look real quick one more time. EU. So EU. Okay, guys. So just to kick it off here, or kick it off to end it here. Euro USD, you know what I'm waiting for the 4-hour fractal shift. Then I'll look for a long position. NSD USD, you know what I'm looking for. I am already in a buy position, still looking for that further upside. Again, this is the position that I've been sharing all week, both on the market outlook on yesterday, today, and at the beginning of the week. So yeah, looking for that further upside and for order flow continuation on NU up into where? Into our weekly area of supply over here. This is the trade that I'm looking to capture. For the rest, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I just want to thank you all for joining the stream. As always, I'll let you know inside Discord if I do get into more positions on NZD USD or Euro USD. Again, too bad that Euro USD hasn't really provided us with the overall momentum and the trade setup that I want to take. But again, yeah, I can say that this is the long position that I'm going to be taking. So if we do get it, yeah, who knows, you can get in as well, and we'll discuss the setup on Tuesday because that's when the next live stream is going to be. Yeah, make sure to just yeah, subscribe to the channel, guys, and leave a like before you leave. And yeah, we'll just do many more streams. We're going to be doing an Asian session live, scalping trading, 1 minute time frame, very soon. So yeah, I'll organize that together with Rutger and Thomas and the rest of the team. And yeah, let you guys know when the next stream is on Tuesday, obviously, but when that Asian session stream will be. And for the rest, make sure to join Discord as I'm there together with the entire team, all to help. Okay, so that's it. Take care, all. Thank you again, Leaf Mitchell, for the donation. Also, you, Kevin, really means a lot. And just have an amazing day. Okay, guys. Speak very